All right, what's up, guys? So this video was recommended to me, and I am mentioned in this video. It was just one of those videos where I was mainly just reacting to any videos where I did like it had either my face or name in the title, because there was one video he uploaded where he did have my name in the title, but he was talking about me throughout the video. And yeah, it's just the thing is, I guess like for somebody that doesn't really watch Just the Robots content, it's heavily motivated by his opinion, and I think that's overall what this video is. Because I mean, and so when exactly was this video uploaded? So okay, so April 20th. So I think that might have been around the time where I was kind of blowing up at these. I think he was just trying to find a reason to, if I am mentioned in this video, I think yeah, he was just trying to find a reason to mention me or talk about me. Because yeah, I remember I was growing a lot last year, and his fans, like, they just for some reason was like, oh well, let's go and start harassing you again. Because originally I remember they came to my videos talking about you hacked Just a Robot, and I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with them. I think I made that message extremely clear when he was trying to have some sort of Discord call with me. But yeah, I was like, if you guys want an answer, no, I didn't hack him. And then yeah, they do. Probably, I guess, like, this video probably came out sometime after, and then that's when he did the whole like, where is TMossBoss right now? And I'm like, fam, like, what's I just did, like, I guess comparing it to how like 2016 and then from 2020, like when the drama was really active, I didn't really feed into it. I like, yeah, I guess to just come out into like to defend myself. Yeah, I was like, with the hacking allegations, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm not, if I'm going to get into hacking, I'm not going to waste my talents on hacking his YouTube channel. But then on top of that, put myself in jeopardy of losing my channel, because that is something that's against the YouTube guidelines. And it's like, yeah, I've always spoken about how I do my hardest to not like violate no guidelines and stuff. But yeah, so it's like, why would I do something like that? I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time. If I'm gonna do it, I was like, I want to make sure at least I get a job out of it so I can get paid. I'm like, I know I'm not gonna get paid hacking no YouTube channel. So but nah, man, it's just, it's funny how like there's always a reason he's gonna, like, find a reason to talk about me. But I think I did say that. I can't remember if I had posted that video or podcast episode yet, but I did say that yeah, come next year, I don't care for making no Just a Robot videos. I mean, yeah, I know he's gonna probably at some point in time upload this video about me, but if he doesn't, then yeah, then it's like the last few videos that you see for this month, that's gonna be it. Like, I don't care for making no content on Just a Robot. It's one of those things where I'm like, it's funny, but at the same time, I'm like, I know I could be using my time, like right now, for an example, where I could be using it for something productive and things. So yeah, but yeah, come next year, I just don't care for making any videos on him. It's just, yeah, it's like his channel, it's pretty much like, beating a person while they're down and things. And I'm like, yeah, he's down, he's all the way down. Like, he's probably in 100-foot hole, and I'm like, yeah, at this point, I'm just kind of taking some dirt and just sprinkling it. And I'm like, yeah, and let me just give him a little bit of a burial. But no, anyways, let's go ahead, check out this video. Yeah, if you guys want to, I almost did like how I would do other videos and things. If you guys want to, go subscribe to Just a Robot. But if you don't, I can understand why. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video.
Hey everyone, before we get into the video, I just want to apologize for the large amount of censorship throughout this video. I had to do a lot to get it monetized. Anyways, let's get into the video. I do not think there's a type of content I make that my fans are more excited for than rants about reaction channels. To Jinx, to Tyrone Magnus, to
Blasphemous. He was. So I remember when, like, his fans, they had this was back in 2016 when he made his first video on me. And yeah, I remember checking his channel, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, there's other people that do reaction videos, more so talking on races and things. I'm like, I noticed that it was like, yeah, his videos was definitely racially motivated. It's like, you can't tell me otherwise. And then just based off of how his fans would act, I'm like, yeah, there's definitely some racism motivated videos being uploaded on it. Well, I mean, he did do the one video where he defended the Confederate flag, and then fast forward, you're attacking every black person that's doing a reaction video possible and stuff, even finding small channels like myself and things, and then attacking me. And I'm like, fam, is it really that bad? I think that's what it was, though, was that he wanted to have it where people were reacting to his content like how people were reacting to grade A, under A, and I hate everything. So I'm like, okay, well, the difference between them and you is that their videos was actually good. They actually had a reason. So, because I know with grade A, under A, everybody was watching the beef between him and Tyrone Magnus. That's entertaining. I hate everything's when he did his I hate reaction videos. You knew that it's like, okay, I don't think he really hates reaction videos, but I'm curious to see what he has to say about reaction videos. That video was entertaining. Nobody's not going to be all like, oh, hey, let's turn off grade A, under A, and I hate everything's and put on that new Just a Robot. No, nobody's not saying that. So if you're wondering why you didn't live up to the potential as those guys, yes, because your content, it's not entertaining content. It's content where it's like, yeah, bro, it's things. It's funny how like he criticized me on the videos I uploaded as a kid, but I'm like, people, you'll see video, well, more so when I was in high school and things, but it's like you'll see people watching videos like that versus, oh, let's watch this random 30-something-year-old guy talk about why he don't like videos on the internet. Yeah, because that's the most entertaining content in the whole wide world. Yeah, bro, it's like, come on now,
and to Susie Lou, I felt as if though all that needed to be said about reaction channels was already said. They steal content from other YouTubers and literally play the entire thing in the corner. Oh wait, they stopped doing that. They now instead play the entire video while putting themselves in the corner. They took the biggest complaint people had about them and made it 10 times worse. But there are other things that have changed about reaction channels. I remember a time when all the big ones used to be black. Rashad the Reactor, Tyrone Magnus, Jinx, CJ So Cool.
And the funny thing is that if you're somebody, I guess that because he always tries to claim that he's not racist. So if you're not racist, how do you even notice some stuff like that? Because my thing is this. If I'm doing a video talking on the genre of like content or whatever, so yeah, let's say I go after people in the gaming community. What reasons would I have to mention their race? I guess like if I had to like improvise and do a video where it's like, okay, I'm supposed to be criticizing gamers. I'm like, you guys are uploading videos about video games where we can very well go out and buy the game ourselves and play it and see for whatever we, want to do. But it's like, you're not playing it how I want you to play. You're playing it on easy. I want you to play it on hard. You're not collecting this armor. You're collecting this other form of armor. You're, I'm trying to think of something else to say. I guess like you're supporting the developers and I don't like the developers. So, but I'm like, but the thing is this, that's actually like, I guess like reading between the lines of whatever it is that you're visually seeing. But I'm like, oh, I noticed that a lot of people that do gaming videos are of the Caucasian persuasion. What reasons would I have to mention that? Like, it's just, that's why it's funny how he doesn't outright like come out and say that he's a racist, but it's like, it's kind of like, it's one of those things where it's just, if somebody comes up out of a room where there's like a bunch of just people there just scattered all over the place, dead and all this other stuff, he came up out of the room just covered in blood talking about, I didn't do it. Like and that's just the robot's logic. If he says he didn't do it, he truly believes that he didn't do it. But meanwhile, it's like, yeah, I guess it's one of those things like how I say about OJ Simpson, for an example. I'm like, yeah, OJ Simpson, he was a football player. He didn't go out and kill his wife and his wife's friend. But Orenthal James Simpson 100, the man behind OJ Simpson, oh yeah, definitely did that. It's one of those, that's just how I personally feel. But anyways, back to the video.
HD and more. I made a living talking about these loud and obnoxious people who are just thieves right down to the very core. Yeah, some people actually accuse me of racism.
It is funny, hold on for a second. So that guy that he's showing in the background, he was one of the original people. He actually was a pretty big reaction channel back in the day. I don't know if he still does reaction videos anymore, but I think his name was like Ryan Wright or something like that. But yeah, like he was on that same scale as Tyrone Magnus, Jinx, all that stuff. Like anytime when a video would come out and it was a popular video amongst the reaction community, people would go over to his channel and watch his videos. So there was him. I remember there was this one dude, he had like one of them like red there, like them Western mustaches, like where it's like you could like take the ends and twist them and stuff. But like that guy, he was white. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, there was a group. I remember there was this Facebook group that I used to be a part of where it was like all the like different people on the internet that was doing reaction videos. And yeah, and it was one of those things where it was very few black people in that, but it was like everybody in there did reaction videos, but it was like very few black people in that community because there was like a lot of others, but it was just the yeah, I guess like, you know, black people, we just, I guess like with us, like we have a little bit more of a reaction, like we're more, I guess like we have a little bit more enthusiasm. I'm not trying to like, you know, knock nobody down or, you know, put them like down when it comes to their videos or feel like that you need to go above and beyond with your reactions. I'm just saying like black people, like if like Magic for an example, you know, like if you show like a bunch of different races and their reactions to Magic, they're all like, whoa, wow, that's amazing, that's so cool. Black people, it's like we're taking hats, throwing them, we're doing all, I mean, look at the one dude that's recently going viral. He's like I don't know, like I don't can't think of his name or anything, but he'll like pick up some like food or something, or like it's like I don't know, like beef, meat, whatever, but he picks up like the bone part of the food and the meat just goes flying off. He'll take his glasses, throw them down, all that other stuff, and it's like, yeah, it's like that's one thing that I'm going to say about black content creators and just overall black entertainers. We have a very entertaining way of getting our point across with whatever it is that we're talking about. I'm not trying to knock down no other races. I'm just saying it's one of those things when you look at a black person and their, you know, reaction to stuff and compare it to other races. Yeah, it's like, you know, we might be a little bit dramatic, but it's either going to be that's how we really are, or we know that we can act it out to where it's like, yeah, we're trying to entertain people and make people laugh. But, you know, there's people out there that they just got these like, you know, like racist motivations to where it's like they want to put us down and stuff for how we act and things, and it's like, fam, how does it affect you at the end of the day? But anyways,
just people who are just thieves right down to the very core. Yeah, some people actually accused me of racism because so many reaction channels were black. Black people making reaction channels became so common that it straight up became a stereotype.
It doesn't even have to do it. If we even take out like the stuff that you said about reaction videos, there's still some sort of racism there. Like at one point in time, it wasn't even like his fans were criticizing me and my content. They were just leaving racist comments and stuff. So, but what about the one video that went viral of his when he was like going through his cancellation last year, where he was like, he was talking about the date that he was on with that black woman, and he was like, oh, what's your favorite type of chicken or basketball team, whatever he said. But yeah, it's like you make some comment like that, and then what else? I mean, then yeah, I mean, just look at the like the amount of time. Well, I did that series where I was like, this community is racist, and then there was the one video where it just showcased all the comments that I got over the years, and it wasn't even talking about reaction videos. Then on top of that, it was somebody, I ain't gonna name drop who this individual is, but it was somebody that was I wouldn't say that they were in his circle, they just knew people that was in his circle, but I think he joined their server, or he or they joined his server. But yeah, they said that he was just dropping an N-word because, oh, his roommate gave him permission to do so. And yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, you know, it's just weird how it's like he tries to fight that whole like that allegation against them, but it's like I said, you're coming out of a room with a bunch of, like, I guess, body parts and dead people and all that stuff covered in blood, and you're trying to say that you didn't do it. Well, who did it then? Like, why is it that every time when something, like, I guess, like, when racism gets brought up with your name, why is it that, like, every time, yeah, we'll look at the fans, like, we'll look at the branches on the trees and stuff, but then when we look at the root of it, it's pointing back to you. Like, you can't, my thing is this, at least with me, I like, look, I done read books about racism. I done watched documentaries. I know a little bit or two about racism. So yeah, it's like when you could kind of like see the patterns and all that stuff, I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, you could try to say you're not a racist, but it's like, okay, you're saying that, but how I guess, how are those words going to convince me that you're not, you know? So anyways.
That being said, there were a few white reaction channels that I did talk about, like Spazboy and Susie Lou. But nowadays, all the big reaction
how many
channels
videos
that people
you did
don't
on
like
him versus
white,
everybody
which
else.
is absolutely cultural appropriation in my book. And also, reaction channels are now less prominent on YouTube, and they're mainly on Twitch now. I'm a little hesitant to call what they do reactions, because sometimes they just leave their computer and let the video play. Where's the reaction? Now, in the past, and even today, reaction channels have made—
It's funny how, like, he mentions that, but it's like, I think the op block, didn't he do, I guess, like in a way, like he reacted to your videos and all that stuff. I mean, yeah, you can't see, I don't know if he did like any react, like he showed his face or anything. But either way, regardless, I'm like, how come you talked on his reactions towards you and stuff? I'm like, yeah, that's what I would like to know. I'm like, let's see just the robot react to the people that was reacting to his content. Yeah, let's see those videos.
The argument that people like me are complete hypocrites because sometimes we use clips from other people's videos. Yes, they are actually dumb enough to make the argument that playing a handful of 10-second clips from someone else's video is the same as letting someone's video play while your chair just sits.
Okay, well, the thing is this. All right, so no, I'm like, that's actually a valid thing that people have brought up about his videos, is because when he did videos on me, it wasn't like he was showing like a screenshot of what I said. No, he pretty much had played the entire video. Then yeah, he just add like his so pretty much kind of like how I'm doing this video. It's just that he would maybe take out a part here and there, but it's like he pretty much had most of the video in the in his video, and then yeah, he'll just like pause, say what he needs to say, show his face or whatever, and then therefore it counts as a commentary video. Fam, it's still a reaction video. It's like taking a cheeseburger and a double cheeseburger, and it's like, no, they're two different burgers. It's still a burger at the end of the day, and it's still a cheeseburger. So it's like, whether it's doubled or just singled, it's still the same thing. But I don't know why I always do that. I always use food as an example. Maybe I'm hungry, but anyways, back to the video.
There in the corner. Like if someone wanted to react to my content and they pause the video about once every 30 seconds to give their own commentary, I would be totally a-okay with it. There are moral ways that someone—
No, he wouldn't, because the funny thing is like, let's say if somebody were to, or even if he wanted to talk, I guarantee and I promise you, it's like if he does a video where he talks on all the different videos I made on him this past year, I guarantee and I promise you he gonna have a problem with it and stuff. So anyway,
you can make reaction videos by doing things like asking for permission, giving a big shout out to the creator of the original video at the beginning of the video, although this is not a very good one because why would you watch the original video when you already saw a reaction to it? I mean, after all, someone posting your video—
The funny thing is, and so I remember when he says that, but I just remember when I had got into reaction videos, people were asking me because I didn't know what videos to react to. And so, yeah, now I'm like, whatever videos get recommended. But yeah, there's at times where I'll take in recommendations and stuff, by the way, because I know I need to do that. I need to do a video where I just ask people, I'm like, what videos you want me to react to? But when I very first had started doing reaction videos, people were like commenting. Like, I think there were some videos I started off with where it's just random, but for the most part, yeah, it was like 2015, 2016. I'm trying to think, when did I think it might have been like 2017. That's when I had started just kind of doing my own thing when it came to reactions and stuff, and just find it, because I think it was like right after McJuggernuggets, he ended his whole like Psycho Dad series, and then that's when I was like, okay, yeah, let me just go ahead. But people were getting like carried away with it. Like, they would just spam my comments just saying, hey, and it'll be like one person. I'm like, fam, no, you ruined it for everybody. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and you know, like just keep looking at the, I'm like, same comment and stuff. No, it's like, y'all gotta chill with that and things. But yeah, you know, it's but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, people do take in recommendations, and so there's a lot of the times, like, the point that I'm trying to make is that yes, there are people that will watch a video and then they're all like, oh, I know TMossBoss, his reaction to this video is gonna be amazing, let me go and see if he'll react to it and stuff. So yeah, but and then the funny thing is too is that he says that he says like, you need to like ask for permission. Do you think a person would, like, let's say if I react to Mr. Beast's one of his YouTube videos, do you think he's going to be scrolling through the internet saying, oh, let me see if I can find a random guy in Seattle that just so happened and wants to react to my videos, and let me see if he's asking for permission to do so? Man gets like what, 1 billion, like 100 billion views every single day and things. Do you really think he's gonna, if I comment, send him a message, write out a tweet, make a video, do all these different things saying, hey, could I react to this video of yours? Do you honestly think Mr. Beast is gonna see that? So that's why I'm like, fam, when they say things like that, I'm like, I think you forget that this is the internet. Like, there are millions upon millions upon millions of people that surface in the internet where there's gonna be something that stands out a little bit more than my request to react to the video. But no, yeah, there have been times where people have been like, hey, can you take this video down? Like, yeah, it's like an all-around good video, they enjoyed it and all this other stuff. But if somebody asked me to take a video down, I will take the video down. There was, because though it was this one YouTuber, it wasn't even her, it was one of her fans that asked me to take the video down, because I think she was changing as a content creator. She didn't want to be known for the I guess it was like, I guess it would be considered like inappropriate like content and stuff. But it was just more so the jokes that she would crack. But yeah, it was somebody that was a part of the Rainbow Six Siege community, and yeah, she was like kind of just changing up who she wanted to be, and I was like, yeah, sure, I don't have a problem taking the video down. So, but and then there's even been times where I just taken the video down because like the EDP situation. I had a video that had over 100,000 views of EDP 445. And I took it down, took those, it was that video along with a bunch of other different videos that had thousands of views. I took those videos down because it was just morally right to take those videos down, especially with the situation he was being called out for. You know, you ain't gonna catch me doing no defense video. I'm like, oh, well, what he did wasn't all that wrong, guys. Or maybe he could have found a different way of, I guess, like trying to make it seem like he wasn't trying to be a pedophile and things. Yeah, like some people that have talked on EDP. But anyways,
Reddit will almost always give it a bigger boost than someone reacting to it. Reacting to videos from people who ask for their content to be reacted to, and reacting to things like movie, games, and show trailers. By the way, this is one of the main reasons why YouTube hasn't banned content like this. It's because big studios want their trailers to be seen by as many people as possible, and reaction channels absolutely give them.
The funny thing is, it's like I've had people even, I've never been contacted by like Warner Brothers, Universal, Disney to like, oh hey, can you react? It's mainly been just random content creators where, excuse me, if I react to their content, then yeah, they're happy about it. And so at least for me, it's like I react to content where it's like I know about it. I know that whoever it is that I'm reacting to, I'm not going to say anything disrespectful about. It's pretty, I look at reaction videos as like a live version of a comment. So it's like everybody wants their comments and all that, or people want people to comment underneath their video. So I'm like, what do you think is going to stand out more? Me doing a reaction, or I guess somebody leaving a comment where it's like, yeah, you have to go to that video. And it's like, if that video is hard to find, don't you think that it would be beneficial for that channel if somebody of a bigger channel, because yeah, I've done that numerous times where I reacted to smaller channels. And so I guess like, yeah, your channel for an example. But anyways, well, no, I think this is, no, wait, man, I think this is on his, well, probably give it another year and things. It's going to probably be a smaller channel. But anyways, but yeah, it's like people, whether they're a big channel or a small channel, it's like, I guess if the video is being uploaded in good taste, they're not going to have a problem with somebody reacting to their video, whether it's, yeah, Warner Brothers, somebody like Mr. Beast, or if it's some random YouTuber that just started a year ago or something. But anyways.
Free advertisement. The reason why YouTube did something about reply girls and didn't do anything about reaction channels is because reply girls weren't making money for big studios, but reaction channels were. It really sucks when I make long, highly edited full reviews of certain shows, only to be hit by copyright because I played a clip for 15 seconds too long. This is why reaction channels mostly react to other—
He thinks that that's the reason why. Maybe it is, but it's like, no, it's just the thing, I guess, like the difference between myself and himself is that I react to videos that I know I'm going to like. I react to videos where I know I'm going to say good things about them and stuff. Now, yes, there are at times where I'll do a reaction video where it might not be as good, I guess, like his videos, for an example and stuff. But even if it's on something where if somebody was all like, hey, even though you don't know nothing about this type of content, like, yeah, let's say if a friend of mine just like, hey, can you react to my makeup tutorial video? I'm like, I don't know nothing about makeup, but I'll give it a try and things. I guess, like, the difference between me and him is that I'm a good enough content creator to where I can improvise and act like I know something about what's being said in the video. If not that, then I guess compliment the idea of the video versus, oh, if I don't know or understand this content, I'm gonna attack it because that's all that I'm good for and stuff. Yeah, it's like, yeah, the funny thing is that let's see him do a positive video on somebody and then, yeah, compare it to, I guess, another. But it's like, I feel like that his version of a positive video is him saying an inappropriate joke that's going to make the individual uncomfortable. I'm like, yeah, let's ask some of your former employers. I'm like, how was it working alongside you know, just a robot and things? Because yeah, I guarantee, yeah, people be he'll be cool with, but I guarantee and I promise you, he didn't say something to creep somebody out. So that's probably why your videos a lot of the times, like, they get looked over, because it's like, for one, it's not a good video, but second, what are you talking about in the video? Because my thing is this: if the video is good, you ain't gonna have to worry about copyright, you ain't gonna have to worry about none of that stuff. Like, if the video is good, fam, then it's like there's nothing to trip over. But yeah, I guarantee and I promise you, if he doesn't have videos get taken down, it's probably because of something that he done said. So Anyways.
YouTubers' videos, as opposed to TV shows and movies. It's because YouTubers do not have the same protections as big studios have. So us content creators, God, that is such a cringy term, realized that if YouTube wasn't going to do anything about it, then we had to do something about it ourselves. We pushed back against reaction channels. Grade A Under A, I Hate Everything, and Jack's Films dunked on reaction channels. People like Rashad the Reactor, Jinx, and Tyrone Magnus quickly became some of the most hated people on YouTube. When the Fine Bros, one of the very few people who actually made good reaction content, tried to copyright the term react, they got torn apart. We said,
what? Okay, so I guess the only difference, and I think that's what it stems down to, because I know that was one thing that they always would say, is that you need to edit your videos and stuff. So I'm like, okay, there were at times where I did edit reaction videos. Still ain't changed nothing. Still people leaving comments talking about, oh, that's all you black people are good for, is reaction videos and sitting there in silence and not doing it. And I'm like, you didn't even watch the video, huh? I'm like, you just seen a black person reacting to a video, and it's like, oh, let me just copy and paste. It's pretty much like a modern day version of comment and skill issue underneath the person that's having a problem with a video game. So it's like, you didn't even watch the video. It's like, no, you just want to have like some sort of valid argument. And it's like, bro, actually, then my thing is this. If you want me to edit the videos, if you want me to do all these different things to the video where I guess it benefits you as a viewer, you actually have to view the video. But yeah, it's like, I think a lot of the times, like it just, yeah, with Just a Robot, I know for the most part, he probably doesn't watch all the different videos that gets made on him, but he wants to respond to these individuals. So yeah, that's why I'm like, a lot of the times I just think that it's funny how like hypocritical people like Just a Robot, how they are and stuff, where it's like he gets on them for that type of stuff, but it's like then you turn around and you do a video where you're defending somebody, but you don't even read the evidence against them and stuff. So it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, bro, follow your own advice when it comes to, I guess, like, you know, properly doing videos and things. But anyways,
the message was clear. If you make reaction content, expect us to come for you. The absolute longest back and forth drama I ever had was with this one guy named TMossBoss. He's an absolute idiot who has lied constantly, made fun of one of his detractors because their mom died, wished violence on people who didn't like his content, directly asked his audience that he doesn't have to harass people who he doesn't like, gave himself the title of hardest working YouTuber.
Let's just go back on, because maybe I gotta slow it down, because I'm like, he was saying some things. I'm like, huh? Wait a minute. Let's just slow this down real quick.
I ever had was with this one guy named TMossBoss. He's an absolute idiot who has lied constantly, made fun of one.
What have I ever lied about? It's funny how he always says that I have lied about him or have lied about stuff. What is there to lie about? Like, that's the thing. It's because I guess so during that time frame, I was already getting canceled. Like when I was beefing with Just a Robot, I was already getting canceled by his audience. I wouldn't say the internet like how he is. I was getting canceled by his audience, and it took me time to realize that. But even then, before that, I had no reason to lie. What is there? I guess like, so when it came down to like the very first thing that he was getting on me about was doing reaction videos. It's like, okay, and it's like, when you look at, it's funny, like the people that have said that they've paid attention to the drama between us, or if they watch videos, they always say that they was like, you didn't want to be involved, like you just wanted to be left alone and things, but he for some reason kept like trying to I guess like apply himself to your career and things. And it's like, and it's funny how I'm like, okay, thank you. Other people are seeing it, but it's like, in what situation did I lie? Like, that's why I'm like, it's please, people, if you're going to say things like that about me, at least tell me what did I lie about? Because yeah, and it comes down to people like Just a Robot. Even in any other situation, I don't have a reason to lie. So like that's why I would just like, I hear that all the time from him and his fans. They're all like, oh, you lied about Just a Robot. What did I lie about? If you're gonna say that, please tell me, what did I lie about? But let's just hear the next thing.
One of his detractors because their mom died.
So that was his editor, Joshua. It's funny how it's like he says that I lied, but then he just turns around and lies himself. For those that don't know, yeah, there is a video that I had talked on about his editor, Joshua, but I had no knowledge. I've said that numerous times before, that I had no knowledge of his mom passing away. So it's like, how did I make fun of his mom passing, or make fun of him for his mom passing? So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's very, very hypocritical. But anyways.
Wished violence on people who didn't like his content.
So I think that's what that situation was. And I think it was actually, yeah, it was the same girl that pretended to be suicidal just so they can make videos on me and stuff. So yeah, so there was a time where there was a mass shooting that had happened, I think in New Zealand or something like that. And yeah, it was in New Zealand, but there was a mass shooting that happened in New Zealand. And so YouTube made this tweet, and they was all like, "Oh, our hearts and like our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of New Zealand." And one of his fans had tweeted out like to me and was all like, "Oh, you allow people like TMossBoss," and I think they mentioned somebody else to exist on the internet. And I'm thinking to myself, what does that have to do with the mass shooting that happened in New Zealand? So yeah, I think I no, wait a minute. I was getting ready. I remember I don't know what's up like with like, sweet chin music, sweet hitting people with that sweet chin music to the throat. But I think I was all like I said something about like I hope like a dog like rips your throat out or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't in the right headspace, but I'm not apologizing for any of that because no, I'm like there's people that just lost their life and you're worried about my videos and me not accepting criticism and all this other stuff, and there's people that just lost their life. And so yeah, that was one of those, and it was crazy because there were people were trying to say like I said that to a kid, but I'm like, fam. So no, it was funny because somebody they did bring it up to me that that wasn't a kid that I had said that to. That was a full grown adult. And a matter of fact, the person that I had said that to, she's older than me. Like I think she's in her 30s or something like that. And so I'm like, why was she going around on the internet pretending to be a kid, and then so but no, it was funny too because it was one of her friends that had reached out to me and was all like, yeah, she was also that suicidal girl that they pretty much like they forced her to make content on me because I think they people were telling me like the girl, she does suffer, she is like actually suffers from autism and stuff. So I'm like, that's what y'all are doing, just a robot, where it's like you're forcing this girl that's suffering from autism to make content because I don't even think she's like a part of that group no more. I think she's doing her own thing based off of what her friend had told me. But no, yeah, I was like, wow, that's low. I'm like, that's some low stuff. I'm over here just thinking it was a random person. Turns out it's a person old, it ain't or a random kid, but turns out it's an adult suffering from autism that you guys force to make content, or to, I guess, to be a part of some content being made about me. Yeah, that's some next level low stuff. People can say whatever they want to say about me, but I'm like, man, just a robot. My thing is this, when he's trying to win some drama and some, beef and all that stuff, he fights dirty. Everybody else is fighting clean, but yeah, he fighting dirty. So, but anyways.
Directly asked his audience that he doesn't have to harass people who he doesn't like, gave himself the title of hardest working YouTuber in Washington State, if not the world, because he has a lot of channels, and just so many other things.
Well, it's because I put in a lot of work. I guess like when you compare myself to himself, I don't need people to make a thumbnail. I can make my own thumbnail. I choose not to make my thumbnails because I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, I think people know what video you're clicking on when you're coming to my channel and things. I can edit my own video. No, the thing is this, even on top of editing, I think, yeah, done edit videos for myself and for others, done made every song that you guys done heard of from me, that's all made for me and stuff. What else? Yeah, it's like the thing is this. Even if you take away the reaction videos, there's still 49 other different YouTube channels where I can upload content onto them and stuff. But even on my main channel, I didn't start off doing reaction videos. I started off just kind of just doing like random videos and stuff where I'm sitting down talking about things. But I can at least say for myself is that I'm both entertaining and hardworking. You, on the other hand, it's like, yeah, when it comes down to being hateful, oh yeah, you're definitely hardworking on that. But as far as coming down to being a true legitimate content creator, no, yeah, you ain't got that down. Never will have that down. Yeah, let's see. The funny thing is all the different stuff that he tries to make fun of people. Let's see him spend a whole year trying to do that. Let's see you spend a whole year doing reaction videos and actually making them entertaining, doing gaming videos, or even if you don't want to do reaction videos, there's still gaming videos, making music, doing like because he is trying to do like YouTube shorts and stuff, and I'm like, nah, that's not working for you. But no, it's like when you see him in action, it's like, bro, it's kind of like when you see a wrestler where it's like they have like a good I guess way of promoting themselves. But then when it actually comes down to having like when that bell goes off and then they got to wrestle and things, you see how like he's pretty much like the Ryback of YouTube. Like that, I would say like yeah, he had like some moments here and there and things. But if you're comparing him to like right back to like Cody Rhodes or Darby Allin, or I'm trying to think somebody like Sheamus or Roman Reigns, John. Yeah, no, it's not a fair comparison because it's like yeah, he somebody like Just a Robot is not serious about content creating. He can say that he is, but he's not. When you look at his content, it's like I think because if this video, bro, I hope this video done abruptly. And let me just hurry up because I'm like, I know the weather is getting kind of crazy outside and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, because I was like lights flickering and stuff. But yeah, but like I say, he's the right back of YouTube. But anyway.
But this video is not about him. The point I'm trying to make is that we all did our part and we pushed reaction channels back. Unfortunately, they're now more prominent than ever before. Thanks to websites like Twitch, TikTok, and other websites trying to copy TikTok, the algorithm just favored them too much, and now they're everywhere. Fighting against reaction channels is like fighting against a Hydra. You chop off one head and two grow back. Yes, reaction channels are still getting a lot of hate, like SQC, Sniper Wolf, and Hassan Piker. But all of that hate they're getting,
but people still watch their content. So it's funny if it came down, even if it was somebody that doesn't like reaction videos, if it came down between watching your video or SS Sniper Wolf, yeah, they might hate SS Sniper Wolf, but they're gonna watch your videos over yours. It's like your videos are not entertaining. It's not videos that people are like, oh man, Just a Robot upload the video, let me hurry up and rush home from work or school or wherever and watch this video. Ain't nobody is having that conversation. You'll see people as a family sitting down watching a reaction video. I've seen it myself, but yeah, ain't nobody sitting down together as a family watching the Just a Robot video. But anyway,
it's not very effective because it can always just cry into a pile of money. You see, the way Twitch works is not by rewarding high quality content, because a lot of the content there is basically on the same level. That's because basically all the content on there is live, and there's only so much you can do when you're live. It doesn't matter how many editors you hire, because there's
so I guess like what these people are not capable. So like somebody like Kai Cenat, for an example, yeah, it's like the content is live. It's all because this is how I kind of look at Twitch. He's trying to have his own like opinion about how Twitch is ran, but this is how I think of it. You know, like those like live studio audience shows and stuff. But yeah, they might have like a script and all that other stuff and things. Or even just with like wrestling. I was like, yeah, because I was thinking wrestling. I'm like, no, let's use wrestling for an example, right? Now, when you compare wrestling before and after the pandemic, comparing it to the pandemic, yeah, if you're doing a video, you can edit the video. You can do all these different things. And so, yeah, with wrestling, they were kind of like doing some stunts that was like they can't do live. But you have to understand that, like, live, yes, you are limited in things, but if you can make the content good enough, so yeah, comparing Just a Robot to somebody like Kai Cenat, yeah, you can see the clear differences and stuff, even if it is, because yeah, my thing is this, okay, so if it's that easy and simple and all this other crap, then you do live streams. I'm like, and I guess add this entertainment that's missing from it and stuff, but until then, it's like, yeah, the funny thing is that people are still watching moments of Kai Cenat when his like earlier live streams, when he did his first live stream with Kevin Hart and Drewski and stuff, even all the way to this last marathon that he did, people are still watching that. I'm probably the first person in months that sat down and took the time to watch this video, because it's like, fam, this is like videos that you watch just, or that I guess you're doing a reaction to just for the love of the game. Because yeah, there's people that know that it's like, oh, I want to know what TMossBoss, how he feels about this video. That's the sad reality of this video, is that people are going to be watching this video for the first time through my reaction video, because it's not a video worth looking up and like, I guess, like trying to watch and things. It's not an entertaining video. I don't know what part of that he doesn't understand, but it's like there's a lot of different content. I like, okay, so let's just say this, right? If there was a poll where people went to your channel and was like, should this video stay on the internet? There's going to be a lot of your videos where people are saying, no, take this video off. Like, take it all the way off of the internet and stuff, because it is not a good video. I'm sorry that you had to hear it from me, but it's facts.
No way they can edit your video on the fly. Sure, live streaming from a room that looks nice and has good lighting.
Well, no, actually, because they do have, I think if they do that delay thing, so that is one thing that you can do. with Twitch, because it's, yeah, like I see, like using even wrestling as an example. So like for an example, if let's say it's a female wrestler where she's wearing some, you know, very revealing clothes and she has like a wardrobe malfunction, they have like that 15-second delay where they can pause it, black it out, so in case of something happens, you can do like some stuff here and there. But for the most part, yeah, people are following them because of, like, yeah, so like wrestling, it's like people will follow somebody like Batista, if we go and using some like older wrestlers and things, because he put on some entertaining matches and stuff. But if it came down, like, and I guess like if we're going back to content creating and there's all these different videos that a person can watch, do you think somebody is going to travel to your small channel and watch your video when there's all these other entertaining videos that they can watch on the internet? Like, it's one, and he had, the thing is this, Just a Robot has to understand that it's like your videos is never going to live up to the potential as the other like big videos and or even reaction videos. Reaction videos, prime example. Yeah, let's even just talk on that. Notice how much reaction videos have grown throughout the years than commentary videos. Commentary videos, it's, yeah, usually you see where it's like if it's a commentary video that's blowing up, it's because, yeah, it's people that are talking about people like Just a Robot. You'll see, yeah, you'll see where those videos blow up, do well, and they get numbers and all that stuff. But it's like, as far as the subject, you, Just a Robot, yeah, it's like, notice how you're still in the same spot. Well, I feel like not really. No, he's below that spot that he was at one point in time. But no, it's like that was your peak. Like when you were growing and all that stuff on YouTube, that was your peak. But now it's like, yeah, bro. But even if we're just comparing commentary videos to reaction videos, anybody can sit down and, I guess, talk and all that other stuff. But it's like, as far as reaction videos, people be asking me how to do a reaction video and stuff. And so, yeah, and there's people out there where they think that, not even so much as they think, they know. There's like, okay, I got the entertainment down, all that other stuff. All I just need to know is how to do a reaction video. Never once has anybody contacted me about, oh, how can I do a commentary video? There's no talent or no like work that goes into doing a commentary video. It's like, yeah, you have to, the thing is this, take all of the videos that you've done, like all the different commentary videos you've done, take out the subject out of those videos. Do you think people are really watching that video for Just a Robot? They're not. All right. Nobody's not watching the Just a Robot video for Just a Robot. Just like how his fans have tried to comment underneath my videos, they're like, oh, people don't be watching it for the reaction. They're watching the original video. Then my thing is this. They could very well just go ahead and click on the video, but no, they're coming to my channel. So that's why I'm like, yeah, you notice how, like, with reactions, there's a little bit more entertainment with it than commentary videos. But it's like, even, and the funny thing is, you can even do something like muting the video, and still, it's like, you see where it's like, okay, we know people are gonna probably be all like, no, I want to unmute to see what he's saying and what he's talking about. But yeah, it's like, you can mute this video and just have it play throughout, and people are like, well, that was a waste of time and stuff. Yeah, it's like these videos like this, it's just like on outside of, like, you know, doing it for content reasons. Ain't nobody watching videos like this. Like, how many videos or views? Yeah, 22,000 views compared to some of his other videos when he was, and that was just because he was in his prime. But yeah, it's like, ain't nobody sitting around watching this, versus a reaction video where it's like, if it's Kaisenat or if it's XQC or if it's SS Sniper Wolf or even myself, people are gonna watch that. So anyways,
more often than not get more views than live streaming from a room that looks terrible and also has terrible lighting. A VTuber who's a hot anime girl will more than likely get more views than a VTuber who uses, I don't know, a pile of sludge as their avatar. And of course, a speedrunner who's super good.
It's funny because it's like people might not do that, but it's like, I don't know how many times I've seen the potato VTube like profile picture thing. But even that content is more entertaining than Just a Robot video. But anyway,
the game will get more views than a speedrunner who's absolute trash. The point I'm trying to make is that talent is still a factor even for something like live streaming. That being said, the Twitch algorithm still seems to favor quantity over quality, even more so than YouTube does. Some of the most popular Twitch streamers like Hassan Piker and SQC stream constantly almost every single day for multiple hours a day. They need to keep engagement from as many people as they can for as long as they can. So if they have to use the bathroom, eat, grab a package, or talk to someone on the phone, they'll just take someone else's content and play it so their audience is still entertained. So I can perfectly understand why they do this. It's an easy way to make money, but it's still wrong. Taking someone's video
So is it about making money or is it about entertaining my audience? Like, yeah, I guess some people would say both, but I'm like, no, but it's like most people are gonna probably be all like, okay, well, if I just have it where there's nothing to happen, like, yeah, I just blank out the screen and nothing's there. Do you think that that's going to get people to watch my content and stuff? So yeah, it's like if it comes down between, because there was at one point in time where I wasn't even making any money with content creation and stuff, but no, it's like I still, that's what I'm just overall the point that I'm trying to make is that there are content creators, you might think that they're doing it for the money, but they're really doing it to entertain their fans. So I'm like, something that you don't know about, because it's like, when was the last time a fan of yours was entertained? Like, that's the thing. He could say them, oh, my fans is entertained every time they watch my videos. They're not. They're more so entertained by what you're talking about. But if you remove what you're talking about, and let's just be like, oh, I just want to sit here and kind of tell my life story, and and I want to do videos that I'm more so in tune with and happy about and all this. So, like, if he had to be Luke and for a YouTube video, ain't nobody gonna watch that. I'm like, maybe they might check it out to see. I'm like, oh, well, it's just a robot stepping out of just a robot persona and stuff. Other than that, if that ain't the case and people are like, yeah, they're gonna be like, hey, we want more just a robot content. But that's the thing, though. It's like, I guess, like, with his content, it's forgettable content and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I know if I were to go to his channel, if I'm a fan, I'm like, yeah, it's one of those, it has to be something where it's like he's talking a subject that he's talking about. But any of the other videos, ain't nobody gonna be watching that and stuff unless like they're a fan of yours. But and it's like, how many of those do you have left? So anyways,
they have worked on for weeks, months, sometimes even years, that they have poured their blood, sweat, and tears into, just so you can keep your audience entertained while you take a dump, is completely and absolutely morally repugnant. Now you're probably wondering to yourself, what kind of people make reaction content? Well, unsurprisingly, it's terrible people. Let's start with Hasan Piker, probably the biggest and most hated leftist streamer. He's the nephew of the Young Turks guy Cenk Uygur, and I first heard about him when he said, America deserved to have their World Trade Center destroyed. But to be fair, he did apologize for this. He then started popping off again when he used the term cracker in a derogatory way. The memes from this were pretty funny, but he wouldn't be really hated until Willie Mac documented every terrible thing that Hasan Piker did. If you want more information about this guy, I would highly recommend checking out.
I like how I don't watch Hasan, but I have heard of his name here and there. But I like how he's trying to have it where he's the front runner of people that are doing reaction videos and stuff. It is funny because it's like, there's videos that, like, because I think Mr. Beast, yeah, he has like a react channel, and people will probably be watching that channel more, even though he hasn't uploaded. I think it, like, the last time they said he uploaded a video on that channel was like a year or two ago or something like that. But anyways, Mr. Beast could have like one reaction video up. People are gonna watch that more than Hasan Piker or whatever and things. I'm not trying to, like, I guess, be disrespectful to his content, but I'm just saying, like, he's not the spokesperson for reaction videos or anybody else that just a robot is going to mention. It's like, I think everybody kind of has like their own like, I guess, like, creator that they're a fan of when it comes to reaction content and stuff. Just like how there's people, they come to my channel versus if there's another channel, they're all like, okay, well, you do these types of reaction videos, I like that and stuff. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, I've just never heard nobody go out and say, like, mention, I guess, like, talking about, because I've had people talk to me about all the time about reaction videos and stuff. But yeah, Hasan, he's somebody where I'm like, I'd never, I guess, like, was interested or heard about him doing reaction videos. No disrespect, I'm just saying. I'm like, yeah, he's not the spokesperson or the leader of, like, reaction videos and stuff. But anyways,
Willie Mac's videos. I'm not saying I agree with every point the guy made, but I do think they are very well made videos. Hasan is what's known as a champagne socialist, which is basically a rich guy who pretends to support socialism, but they don't actually agree with it, and they also think it will never happen. They only support it because it makes them look more moral. Hasan has outfits more expensive than most people's cars. Speaking of cars, his car is worth $200,000, and he lives in a $3 million mansion. But he still will claim that he lives on a basic necessity budget.
Live on a basic necessity budget for the most part anyway.
But don't forget, he only bought the car so his community could have fun. He didn't actually want it.
Bro, this is why I do this stuff, okay? This is why I was like, I might not even buy this car in the end if it's like, you know, too much of a hassle.
Yeah, because it's like, there's people, my thing is this, I don't know who he is, but I guess to defend him on that, it's like, my thing is this. If I go and I ask my fans, I'm like, hey, what car should I get? And they're all like, oh, because they looked like it was a Ferrari that he was driving. So they're all like, oh, no, you should get this Ferrari and stuff. Like, it has all these like bells and whistles and features and all these other different things. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, let's just go out and buy a Ferrari then. Go buy a Ferrari, see how like fun this car is. And it's like, I guess like with me, that if like, yeah, let's say I made some crazy purchase like that where I go out and buy a Ferrari and stuff, I'm like, okay, this is just, I guess, like how I do with sneakers. I'm like, this is a product that I can make a video off of, or if not multiple videos off of it, where I'm like, hey, this is what the engine sounds like, this is how the because yeah, sometimes like doors open up differently, where it's like, you guys like them butterfly type doors. I think no, the butterfly and I think the suicide doors is the ones that open up from like the opposite direction. Either way, regardless, but I'm like, people would be probably curious about that. They'd be curious like, oh, what kind of tires do you have? What kind of material are the rims made out of? There's like them car fans out there where they're gonna be curious about that car and stuff. So then they want to hear from your perspective because you have good points of views on whatever it is that you be talking on and stuff. So Just a Robot doesn't know about that or understand that because people don't be going to him talking about Ferraris or his opinions and takes on political topics. Yeah, maybe some, but at the end of the day, it's like, I guarantee and I promise you, Just a Robot, people go to his channel just because he's talking about something that they're interested in, but there's not people that are like, oh, I'm attracted to this, this character and what he's talking on and all this other stuff. Like, I like the Just a Robot channel. No, you just like what he's talking about, but you don't like the Just a Robot channel. I refuse to believe that there is people out there that like Just a Robot's channel. But anyways.
But like, I literally do this for that.
Yeah, he spent 150 grand on a car so Austin Ox can make a 30-second video.
No, literally, yeah, so we can all have fun.
That's how good he has it, baby.
So, no, I mean, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, so my community can have fun. Like,
yeah, I think this guy just supports socialist policies because he's like, we'll turn it to state capitalism anyways and I'll make even more money. I do not know how delusional you have to be to spend $200,000 on a car for yourself and act like you're being generous. He also doesn't believe in ownership of IP and constantly fights against copyright laws, straight up saying on the H3H3 podcast that he thinks people should be allowed to just re-upload his videos.
I think that as far as like rigorous control over IP, I personally don't have it. I don't believe in it. I don't think it's a good thing.
What do you mean you don't believe in it? I don't understand what that means. You think that people should be able to steal your videos and upload it?
Yeah.
But he only says all of this because, well,
it's all the different things that he could talk on. That's what he wants to talk on. And it's funny how like he talks on that. He's like, oh, you need to ask for permission. Here's a content creator that just said you don't need to ask for permission. You could re-upload my videos as many times as you want to. That's even a problem. See, that's why I'm like, with people like Just a Robot, he did this video just so he can validate his argument on whatever it is that he's talking on. So it really cancels out like the meaning of this video, because I think people will watch this and they realize I'm not learning any things, I'm not getting any things. They click on this video and they're like, reaction channels have gotten even worse. Okay, how have reaction videos reaction channels, how have they gotten worse? You click on this video and he's talking about why he doesn't like the idea of a guy saying that you can re-upload. What is this? My thing is this. What does this have to do with reaction channels getting worse? I'm over here thinking like, okay, like reaction channels are getting worse because there's a message that's being put in these reaction videos that's like, it's a bad message for the youth or just for anybody that's watching the videos, or it's people that's doing like over the top, like cringy. Because I remember that was a thing that people were saying back in the day where it's like, so I guess like if somebody were to tell me I had to recreate this video but actually talk on reaction channels, I'm like, okay, this is how reaction channels have gotten worse. Remember how back then when people, they were original and organic and all this, like when you watch their reaction channel, you could tell that they were really watching the video. You got it where there's people out there that they'll do a reaction to that video, they don't talk on the video, they do these over the top cringy reactions where it's like they like flipping out and all this other, and it's all it is just a butterfly flying off of a flower or something, and they lose their mind over that. But you can tell that they're acting, you could tell that they're not being real with the video and stuff. That's how our reaction channel has gotten worse. You watch this video and it's like you're spending 30 minutes talking on stuff that nobody like. There's so it's you're adding, I guess, parts of this video that doesn't even need to be added into the video. Like it's an unwanted Zack Snyder cut. I'm like, fam, what are you even talking about right now? What does this have to do with reaction channels? I could care less what this guy has to feel about people re-uploading his videos. I'm trying to figure out how have reaction channels have gotten worse. I asked you a question and then you start talking on some other stuff. I'm like, can you please just answer my question? How have reaction channels gotten worse? I don't know what that has to do with reaction channels getting worse, but anyways, that's what I mean by like when you can, so, and I think that's what people were saying too with his videos, just the robots videos, was that like it got to a point where people wasn't really helping him. So like these are probably videos that he had to like think about or like, you know, write out himself and things. And I'm like, this is what you call talent. This is what you are so-called trying to claim. Like if like yeah, let's say he has been behind his content since he's gotten started writing the scripts and all this other stuff. This is what you try to make it seem like this is like some of the best content in the world and stuff. Yeah, no, ain't nobody, it's like on their free time they're not gonna be watching this video. So notice how there's like probably like hundreds of millions of people that go onto the internet. This video has been uploaded for over a year and it's only gotten 22,000 views throughout the year that it's been uploaded and stuff. At least for my videos, there's room for the video to grow. This video has reached its peak.
It's completely self-serving. Of course he's okay with people re-uploading his videos. Most of it isn't even his content, and he doesn't even put any heart or passion into them. Why would anyone even want to react to him? And because he keeps stealing other people's videos once copyright law is gone, he can do whatever he wants. Stealing Hassan's content is like stealing from a thief. Because it is! This is one of the most frustrating things about reaction channels. They always say, oh, I don't care if people react to my content. Well, of course you don't. You didn't put any hard work into it. Hassan straight up said.
And the thing is this, I know when I've said that, I've more so have talked on other videos. Not if, yeah, I mean, if you react to my reaction videos, then that's on you. But if you're like, oh, I want to react to one of your like gaming videos, okay, cool, you could do that. I want to react to your music, okay, cool, you could do that. I want to react to one of your you know, opinions on like sports or something, okay, yes, yeah, sports, wrestling. If you want to react to a clip compilation that I put together either of myself or of other people, whatever the case may be, and things, it's one of those things where I'm like, all right, so I guess like if it's just all my content outside of the reaction videos, I still got thousands of videos on the internet. So if you see something within my videos that you want to react to, and it's funny how like he goes on and he says that meanwhile he had an editor that was literally doing the same thing, doing reaction videos, and he never gotten on his editor about doing reaction videos. Maybe they might have had some private conversation or any of that stuff, but that's how I discovered that he had an editor, was through him reacting to my videos and stuff. So yeah, and it was funny, it wasn't even like it was a video where it was like my, I guess like the videos where I was talking on just a robot and crap. It was a try not to laugh challenge that he reacted to. So yeah, it's funny how like he gets on people about reactions and, you know, I guess like what videos can be re-uploaded and not re-uploaded and stuff. Meanwhile, it's so even on top of the reaction video, his editor was re-uploading. So that's what they call a re-upload. They call it a mirror upload, where it's pretty much, yeah, it's re-uploading the original video. So like, let's say I take down a video where I'm like, I don't know, like I break a Nintendo Switch 2 in half or something, but I'm like, no, that was stupid. I ain't gonna, you know, keep that video uploaded anymore. But yeah, like, so I'll take the video down. Somebody would, I guess, download it before it gets taken down, and then they're like, oh, when the video does get taken down, then I'll re-upload it and crap. So, or they'll just re-upload it and be all like, in case if he does take this video down, here's a re-upload. So yeah, and that's what his editor was doing. Like that was pretty much, I think I had to say like maybe like 70 to 80% of his channel before his editor got called out for being a pedophile. Yeah, that was like 70 to 80% of his channel was like re-uploads of other people's content and stuff. I even think he did like no, so it was funny. It was a while ago I seen that, and I'm like, I don't know how to personally feel about that, but he did a reaction to where it was one of his own videos where he was talking. So like that was it was Joshua, the one that was, people were saying I made fun of his mom passing and stuff. He did a video where he reacted, where he was talking about his mom's passing, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I would have to see the video for context, but I'm like, I just don't see like I guess like me uploading a video like that where I'm reacting to maybe if it's like a tribute video or whatever the case may be, but maybe that's what that video was. I don't know, but yeah, I found it weird. I seen that and I found it weird. I was like, God dang, I know I done did some reaction videos before, but I'm like, I just don't think I would do a reaction like that's like if I had reacted to the video where I had talked on my childhood friend passing when he got shot and killed at that party. I guarantee and I promise you, people would get on me about that if I were to do a reaction video like that, and it would be more so just the robots fans. But anyways, it's okay if they do it. It's a problem when others do it.
That in a perfect world, the government would subsidize content like his.
In a perfect world, I think that content of this sort would be heavily subsidized by government subsidies and the arts.
Okay, my thing is this, I've noticed this with people when they do like these commentary videos and stuff, and there's at times where people add a little bit to it and stuff. My question is why do you repeat what the person just said? I mean, because like my thing is this, because I feel like just a robot, he'll like respond back and he'll be all like, oh, because I'm giving them, I guess like letting people know what he's saying. And it's like, okay, well, why not just go and watch the original video then? That's why I'm like, I would rather sit down and watch this without just the robots like take on it and stuff. At least then it's like, I guess like with my reaction, people probably have like that same argument with my reaction and stuff, but I guess like I'm trying to figure out what is the entertainment behind. So he goes on and says something about like people re-uploading his videos, and then I unpause the video, and then it's like, what would be the reason if I'm just saying everything that he's saying? It's like, yeah, that's the difference between your videos and mine, is that I'm at least saying different things. Like the thing is this, I can react to a video, come up with all these different things to say about it, don't have no knowledge of it, whether it's music, movie trailers, gaming, any of that stuff that I react to and stuff. And you, on the other hand, it's like you have to repeat what the person says. If not, then you're throwing insults and all this other stuff. And it's like, that's what I mean by him not being a talented content creator. It's like you're having to repeat I guess so my thing is this. Why would somebody watch your video where they could just go and watch the original video to I guess like use one of his fans' questions against them and stuff? Why would I watch this video when I could just watch the original? I don't understand.
You would be subsidized?
Yeah, this dude thinks he should be paid by the government for reacting to other people's videos. Forget about your tax dollars going to fund the military or healthcare.
I don't know about all that, but I'm like, yeah, if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. But like I said, he's not the spokesperson for reaction. That's his own personal opinion. I ain't never once said, and it's funny because it's like the people will hear stuff like this and then they'll come to my channel and be all like, oh, you think you should be paid by the government to do reaction videos? I'm like, when have I ever said that? You're using what somebody else said and you're trying to use that to speak for everybody that's doing reaction videos. No, it doesn't work like that. But anyways,
he should go to a guy who steals other people's content. Hassan claimed he stopped walking away while other people's videos played, but he didn't. He still does it just as much as he always did. Now, the issue isn't that Hassan is getting up from his chair and just letting the video play for several minutes at a time, because even if he didn't get up and leave, he would just be sat there not saying, well, anything. The problem is, he's not even trying to give the illusion that he's contributing anything to the video, like Jinx did. I also want to make it clear that he's by no means the only reaction Twitch streamer that does this. He's just the most popular one that I know about that does this, and it sets a precedent for others.
So therefore he speaks for everybody. And it's funny because, and this ain't no different than the Cinebear video. He's wanting to talk on something, but he realized like how many channels, like reaction channels, whether it's on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, MySpace, My Yearbook, like he just only wants to talk on the ones that's going to benefit his argument. So he's gonna skim through all the other different reaction videos, but he's only gonna talk on Hassan. But my thing is this, if you're gonna do a video talking on reaction videos, at least get like all the information and research that because I had to say like reaction videos and channels, it's like a building, I guess like, yeah, Hassan would probably be like a building block to the history of reaction channels and videos. Like there's still more building to go because we haven't seen the greatest reaction channel or video of all time. But it's like, yeah, there's probably some where it's like at the time being, it's like I kind of look at it like as basketball. We don't have the Michael Jordan or the LeBron James or anything things in reaction videos right now. But at some point in time, there's probably somebody that's building up to it where it's like, yeah, we can look at them. Yeah, Hassan, I don't know, like he's one of the like earlier guys, like before Michael Jordan and LeBron and all that other stuff. But yeah, it's just one of those things though where I'm like, he doesn't I guess speak for everybody. So that's why I'm like, if you're gonna do a video like this, do good enough research to where you're talking on all people that are doing reaction videos. But I know Just a Robot's not gonna do that because his brain can't, you know, I guess comprehend doing research and stuff. I mean, you look at a lot of his videos, it's like, yeah, he only talks on things that's gonna benefit his argument. Other than that, stuff that's not gonna benefit his argument. And that's why I have to say the difference between my video and his is that if there's a part where it's like, oh, that was a valid argument, he makes sense on that, that's something that I'm not afraid to say. But that's the thing, he ain't never had no valid argument. But no, it's like with him though, it's like if I say something that makes sense, he's not going to talk on it. Yeah, probably, I guess if he were to do a commentary video on this video, then he wouldn't have no choice. But yeah, there's going to be things, I guess, like that I've said in this past year where he ain't going to talk on it because it's like, he doesn't have an argument for it. He knows that he'll be on the losing end of that argument if he were to respond to it. But I think that's just about every conversation that's done Just a Robot's done been a part of. It's like he by default starts on the losing end because of whatever his brain is thinking of. But he's like, oh, if I screaming out on top of the mountains and that I've done won this argument, therefore I won the argument. And it's like, nah, bro. It's just we done got bored of the conversation to where it's like, okay, yeah, sure, you won the argument, but anyways, moving on with my life.
For people to do the same. Now, I'm not a geopolitical guy. That's not at all my field of expertise. So, everyone, please stop asking what my opinion on Palestine versus Israel is. But the amount of geopolitical things that Hassan Piker has gotten wrong is just amazing. The funniest of which is when he said Russia was not going to attack Ukraine, even though there was video evidence of them getting their troops ready. They're not lining up their tanks around the Ukraine border because they want to do a parade. Oh, and the US intelligence saying that they're going to invade, that's just American propaganda. Now, of course, Hassan Piker is not exactly an oracle. He's going to get things wrong. But whenever he does get something wrong, he does whatever he can to not take accountability for it. With enough pushback and proof that he's absolutely
like kind of like you, for an example, right? Like I would imagine like people would say the same thing about you, but anyway,
wrong, he eventually will admit that he was wrong, but he'll always fall back on, oh, I'm just some idiot on Twitch. But when the very next geopolitical
fam, the funny thing is he literally did the same thing with that Cinebear stuff. He was like, oh, I you know, there's my autism and dyslexia, and you know, I ain't take my medication and stuff, so therefore I'm just some idiot gooner and stuff. And it's like, fam, you literally did the same thing months later. It's funny going back and watching these videos and seeing how much Just a Robot, like, he contradicts himself and how much of a hypocrite that he is. It's like, fam, all this stuff that you call out people on, like, even I remember he had did that with me. He would call me out for deleting comments, turned around and he deleted comments himself. And I mean, what else? It's like, it's a lot of things that he calls people out on. And it's like, fam, you literally turn, or even defending YouTubers. It's like, you get on me for defending YouTubers, you turn around years later and do the same exact thing. So, but on a subject that was much more worse than somebody doing reaction videos, my question is to Just a Robot is, what do you think is worse based on the video evidence that exists and existed on your channel? What do you think is worse? Do you think defending pedophiles is worse, or do you think doing reaction videos is worse? Because I have never, throughout the many times where it's like he's been called out for being a pedophile, his editor got called out for being a pedophile, you turn around and do a video defending a pedophile. He never has no conversations on that, but he wants to sit around and have all these different conversations to have on people that do reaction videos. I find that weird, all right? But
issue comes up,
anyway,
he'll speak on it with absolute authority, telling you not to listen to other journalists. Just listen to him, because he has evidence, like, tweets. And nothing else. Now, I did say I'm not going to share my opinion on Palestine versus Israel, but I think it's pretty crazy that Hassan believes that if you disagree with him on concert goers being killed, then you believe that every Palestinian should be genocided. Like, no matter what side you're on any conflict, you should show at least a little.
Just a Robot. He's trying to dance around that topic, but I think at the same time, it's like he's being careful because he knows if he says something, it's like, yeah, bro, it's like you better check yourself on that. And like Palestinian people, they come after you. So I'm like, it's like, how do you really feel about that? That's what I would like to know. Yeah, Just a Robot. He's somebody where I'm like, if you put him in a conversation where it's like, okay, we obviously know like that the obvious answer is going to be, you know, we know that it's like you're going to say like, no, Palestinian people should not be killed off of like some political you know, like, because like it's okay. I'm trying to like piece together my sentence and things. Palestinian people should not be getting killed off of like something political where the I believe, yeah, it's what's that name of that? I don't know. I really don't be paying attention to terrorist group names and all that. At the end of the day, they terrorists. And I'm like, you know, but for Palestinian people to get caught in that crossfire because of whatever they want in life, that's just overall wrong, you know. What would just a robot's opinion be on that? Yeah, it's one of those things where he's all like, you know, he'll like probably be able to find a video of him. He talking on 9/11. He's all like, oh, well, he's like, I think there is a reason on why Osama bin Laden did what he did. Yeah, it's just like he defends stuff that doesn't need defending. I'm like, yeah, and this you just go to his channel, look at the video that got him canceled, and he's pretty much in the situation that he's in today. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, his opinion on stuff. It's one of those things where it either it's happened and he's just deleted it, the videos, or it's gonna happen and then yeah, he just hasn't uploaded the video just yet. But anyway,
empathy, but apparently Hassan doesn't. Like, this is one of the biggest problems with intersectionalism. I don't know what side Hassan is supposed to be on. He claims to be a socialist, but Islamists are not really the biggest fans of socialism. Like, there's a reason why Oliver North secretly sold missiles to Iran. They hated the commies even more than America did. Let that sink in. If you disagree with Hassan on anything, he'll call you genocidal, fascist, transphobic, racist, sexist, or other terms that basically boil down to you being something bad. But when a trans person disagreed with Hassan on trans issues, well, Hassan was transphobic towards them.
For the past 15 months, you've been able to fucking hide in these ranks. You catboy fuck. Move your catboy ass out of here. You are never welcome. You are never going to be unbanned. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how much you want to get unbanned, I will never unban you. You are now banished into the fucking shadow realm, okay?
Now, I'm not trans myself, but I don't think MTFs like being called catboys. Now, the latest thing to happen to Hassan, which I learned about as I was working on this video, is that his viewership is declining. And of course, he's having a mental breakdown over it.
I swear, Twitch streaming isn't about the actual content. It's about whether people want to pay attention to you or not, and clout. All that was a banger, and at 13K watched, like I'm gaming at 8 p.m. I'm done. I hate this job and I'm not streaming today.
It's almost like a whole bunch of people suddenly realize that this dude doesn't really have anything to offer, and that he's also a horrible person. Even his core fan
base. I guess to talk on that, I'm like, you know, you gotta sit down and think about it. Like with Twitch streaming, with just overall content creating. I don't know when exactly all this stuff was taking place, like when he was making the comments and all that stuff, but or the tweets about his viewers. Well, I look like Discord. Either way, regardless, I don't know when all that stuff was happening, but you have to sit down and think about it. There's games that's coming out where it's like there's bigger creators that's going to be playing that and things, and people are going to be watching that. Or if it's like Kai Sadat doing a marathon, then I'm like, yeah, people are going to be watching that, or anybody else. But yeah, it's like it happens. I'm like, you know, your views decline, and then you just gotta pretty much like climb back out of whatever hole you're in. But yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know, like with me, I've learned to live with my viewership and stuff. I mean, like, yeah, at the end of the day, it's one of those things where I'm like, I know at some point in time I am going to upload a video where it is going to get a lot of views. Will that video skyrocket me, like put me on the level where I'm winning awards and all this other stuff? I don't know, you know, but is the video gonna be good enough to where it's like I can be proud of it and happy? I'm like, yeah, I had that happen to me numerous times. I'm like videos on Instagram with 39 million views and stuff. By the way, so yeah, that video, the Florida video, that video is back on Instagram. It's just that it's, yeah, the audio is like missing, so I'm trying to figure out how to like fix that. But anyways, but yeah, overall though, it's like, yeah, people have their good days and people have their bad days and stuff. You know, if you're somebody like just a robot, it's like, yeah, you've had a lot of bad days. You're just trying to make it seem like that, oh, it's good days, and it's like, nah, bro, it's not. You gonna stay having some bad days. But anyways,
on the Hassan Piker subreddit are dunking on him. Ha! Even XQC is making fun of him. Roughly 90% of reaction channels that get big eventually have their fan base leave them because their fan base realizes, well, they're not doing anything. And reaction channels always freak out about declining viewership because, well, they really have no skills. Hassan, look at the bright side.
And what's crazy is that you'll see it from time to time, like a reaction video, it just blows up, gains a bunch of views. Because I remember before I was doing the body cam reaction videos, and yeah, it was like I wasn't really the viewership was low. Started doing the body cam reaction videos, people were watching that. I just think that it's one of those things like where if you're not changing your content, if you're just reacting to the same stuff over and over again, then yeah, people they are gonna get tired of that. But then there might be some people where they're all like, I'm not tired of it, I want to see more of it. So yeah, it's just, to me, it's kind of funny though when people they have like their opinion about, you know, viewership and what's rising and what's growing, or like I guess decreasing in views and all that stuff. Like just a robot for an example, it's like you can't have a say so on a person's viewership, but I guess like if you're all like, oh, they have low views, it's like, oh, look, I'm right, guys, that's pretty much, you know, what he's doing here and stuff. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, I'm like, that's the thing though, they never want to talk on because I'm like, with me, it's like when they always be having that conversation with me, there's like, oh, you don't get no views and stuff. I'm like, check my most viewed videos. Into the conversation. I'm like, if you ain't gonna acknowledge them most viewed videos, then this conversation don't need to happen. But yeah, it's like a lot of his fans, they like to do that, and they think like they're gaining something from it, and I'm like, you're not. I'm like, you gotta, my thing is this, if you can't treat this like it's you know, just a robot video where you can only skim through some stuff, but you don't want to look through everything's. You're gonna have to look through everything's. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, talk on my video with over 500,000 views, talk on the videos with over 100,000 views, you know, talk on that stuff. But if not, then yeah, it's there ain't no argument to have if like all the stuff that I say is invalid. So anyways,
at least you didn't lose 90% of your ad revenue because you got hacked, which I'll be getting into at the end of this video. But this video isn't just about how Hassan Piker is a horrible person. That's what Willie Mac's video is about, so if you want more information, I highly recommend checking it out. This video is about how reaction channels are even worse nowadays, so now we're gonna move on to SS Sniper Wolf. Now, you see how I just used a lot of points from Willie Mac's video, and I gave him a very loud and verbal shout out. The chances of you checking out his video has greatly gone up. But what if I reacted to his entire video and didn't credit him at all? Well, Sniper Wolf has done that plenty of times. Now, SS Sniper Wolf has been on YouTube for over a decade at this point, and anyone who has been on YouTube for over a decade is going to build up a few controversies. Anyone looks like a horrible person if you take all of their mistakes and line them up in a row. But Sniper Wolf is a reaction channel, so she's stealing content basically every single day. Sniper Wolf's first claim to fame was when she accused Girl Gone Gamer for faking gameplay.
So yesterday I posted a video called The Truth About Girl Gone Gamer, which actually got a lot more attention than I would have ever thought, and it seemed to cause a war between the fanboys.
Later on, she did delete this video, but there's a re-upload of it. Now, despite being a reaction channel, Sniper Wolf would copyright strike other people's videos, lie about them, dox them, and of course, she would belittle them.
A couple years ago, he re-uploaded one of my videos, and you can't just take somebody else's content and re-upload it and monetize it.
Oh, the irony! It's too much!
So I filed the copyright claim with YouTube trying to take it down. And in the copyright process, I got his real name, and of course, I googled his name, and it turns out he is a registered offender.
As you can plainly see, Sniper Wolf is, well, pretty attractive. This is how she got so popular. Simps will just run to her channel and give her money. And of course, just like a lot of pretty popular...
I used to watch her videos back then, but I'm like, I never gave her money. I watched the video, I'm like, oh, she uploaded a reaction to this, or she uploaded this video. Let me check it out. That's it. Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm like, yeah, I guess she got simps and all that other stuff. I'm like, that's on them. I'm like, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I just watch a video because I'm like, okay, let me see if this video entertains me. But anyway,
rich girls, she will constantly make fun of the appearance of other people. Pretty privilege is absolutely a thing, and Sniper Wolf definitely has it in droves. Before she doxed Jack's films, Sniper Wolf's biggest controversy was when she ignored a terminally ill fan. Now, this fan of Sniper Wolf is...
I remember when that both of those situations, the Jack's film situation and that the sick fan. Yeah, the sick fan situation. I'm like, that's, I think, one thing that we can all agree on as a collective, that yeah, that was pretty bad. You know, like if you can't make it to wherever this fan is at and they're dying, then yeah, don't make promises that you can't keep. But yeah, that was definitely a dark time for SS Sniper Wolf. Yeah, that's one of those things where I'm like, you know, you definitely, it's like, even if it's a conversation, whatever the case may be, I'm like, I guess like with me, I would say that I'm a busy content creator, but at the same time, like if there was some stuff like that going down, I'm like, if I gotta like FaceTime them, if I gotta fly out to wherever they're at, you know, whatever the case may be, and things, like I'm gonna be there, you know. So yeah, I'm like, we just gonna have to put this, if I don't put my content aside for like much more like pettier reasons, something like that, I'm like, yeah, bro, it's, yeah, you definitely gotta like be there for the kids, even if it ain't like a kid that's sick. Still, it's like, you know that there's fans that want to see you and stuff, then yeah, it's like, but like, I know people, they'll like take that and try to like, twist it and things, obviously on, like with good intentions, but yeah, if it's like on some EDP type stuff, that I'm like, nah, no, this, you just need to, don't even put yourself in a situation where you are going to be interacting with other people and things. But no, but it's like, yeah, some stuff like that. Yeah. But then with the Jax film situation, I know I did talk on that a while back. And yeah, I just think with both parties, I think they were both wrong. I think she was wrong for what she did, going to his house and, putting like doxing him and stuff. But it's like at the same time, I'm like, Jack's film, it's like, fam, you got to stop putting yourself in this situation. Because like, that's one thing that I pay attention to. I pay attention to like rap beefs and stuff. If you put yourself in a situation where, like, let's say you're a rapper and you come out with this diss track where you're dissing, not saying that that's what Jack's film did, but I'm just like Chicago rap, the rap scene, for an example. You see at times when them guys, they'll do a diss track where they're dissing dead gang members, alive gang members, and then you hear like a week or two later they done got shot and killed. Now, I'm not saying that was the same situation with Jack's film and SS Sniper Wolf, but it's a similar thing where it's like, yeah, if you do something that's gonna get a person that upset, because at the end of the day, you don't really know who you talking to when it comes down to the internet. Like, you don't know if this person got right mind on their shoulders or if they just flat out crazy and stuff. SS Sniper Wolf, yeah, she comes off as somebody where it's like she'll do some crazy things in order to get her point across. But notice how I don't know if he still does talk on her, but if he doesn't, yeah, it's like, because he realized, like, yeah, that girl don't want to be messed with. She just wants to be left alone. And I'm like, people need to understand that. That's why I'm like, yeah, you don't see me going after people. You don't see me unless, yeah, but if it's like on some stuff like Just a Robot, I'm like, okay, well, you kind of brought down yourself. But it's like SS Sniper Wolf, she's minding her own business. It's like, people, y'all need to let go of this like reaction channel video narrative where it's like, oh, it's so bad, we got to say and do stuff about it and things. No, it's not your place to be saying and doing things talking about reaction videos. If YouTube had a problem with reaction videos, trust me, reaction videos would have gotten taken down a long time ago, 10 years ago, actually. Yeah, reaction videos wouldn't be shown today on the internet. But it's like, you see it so often. It's like, do you honestly think YouTube is like, hey, this is a way for us, because I'm pretty sure YouTube is making some money off of reaction videos and stuff. So yeah, if there's, why would they, I guess, get rid of their like, it might not be a big source of their income, but it's like, it's still a significant amount where it's like, yeah, if it was really that bad, or if they was really facing some lawsuits and problems and dramas over it, they would have taken down reaction videos a long time ago. So yeah, and overall, like, I think that's why Jack's film was going after SS Sniper Wolf in the first place. Maybe it might have been over her other stuff, but if it was over the reaction videos, it's like, fam, you gotta let that stuff go. If she's doing something crazy like that, ignoring the sick kid, yes, that's stuff that you got to talk on. But if it's reaction videos, it's like, bro, let that stuff go.
No longer with us, so I will not be saying her name nor showing her face in this video. A 10-year-old girl was dying of that really bad disease we all know about, but YouTube might demonetize me for saying it. Sir, her dream was just to talk to her idol, SS Sniper Wolf. Now, I'm gonna be honest here. If Sniper Wolf refused to do this call, that would be a problem. But she agreed to do it and then blew it off. Refusing to do something is one thing.
Yeah, I'm like, a call, I don't, it's one of those things where I'm like, I couldn't do that. It's like, I'm like, if there's like the parents had contacted me and there's all like, hey, they want to talk with you, I'm like, if it's one of those things where it's like, if it's I guess like if I have the funds to go out and fly out and meet them and stuff, then I'm like, forget a call. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, my thing is this, I want you to live out, I'm like, if it's cool with you, I want you to live out a content creating dream and stuff. So I'm like, do you want to record a gaming video? Do you want to record a reaction video? Do you want to do a podcast? I'm like, what is it that you want to do? I'm like, especially if I know that their time is limited on Earth, I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things where I want you to be like, okay, like you look like you look back at your life and you're like, dang, like it was good, especially, you know, spending time with my favorite content creator and things. But it's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a reason to give me that title and stuff. So yes, I'm like, whether it's a call, we sitting down talking about stuff, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, it probably had like a 24-hour call. I'm like talking about whatever. I'm like our favorite video games, favorite music, all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, streams, videos, all that stuff, it can wait, you know. So even because I guess like with me, it's like I would say comparing myself to SS Sniper Wolf, yeah, I'm not as big as her. I can, you know, I can't afford to skip a day or miss out on stuff. But when it comes down to stuff like that, it's not even, it ain't got nothing to, yeah, I just have to, you know, I guess put in overtime at some point. But yeah, bro, it's one of those things where I'm like, nah, I can't go out like that. You know, it's one of those things I'm like, nah, it's like I want to have it where this kid, I'm like, they enjoy them last few moments of their life, and if they want me to be a part of it, then I'm like, yeah, so be it. But anyway,
not that bad, but getting this girl's hopes up just to not follow through on your promise is so much worse. Like, this 10-year-old girl is literally dying from horrific illness that I really hope we find a cure for. And Sniper Wolf just blows it off to, I don't know, get a latte with her friends or something? Oh wait, she wasn't getting coffee, she was getting cake. But to be fair, she did eventually call this girl. Granted, it was only after she got a significant amount of backlash, but she still ended up making this little girl's dream come true. However, she only messaged this girl and sent her a video. She didn't FaceTime her, call her, or did anything she said she would. Even when she receives massive backlash, all she does is, well, the bare minimum. This would be the biggest controversy.
Oh no, I ain't trying to defend it, but I would imagine probably some people, I guess like there's just some people where emotionally they can't take stuff like that, you know. So I'm not trying to defend it. I still think that, yeah, she didn't go through with her promises with that girl. I'm like, then yeah, I'm like, that's something that you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life. But yeah, but I mean, I know like there are people out there where it's like they yeah, they just emotionally they can't, you know, take that type of stuff, and then it's like it's hard for them to, you know, I guess like be a part of that. I don't know, not trying to defend it. Yeah, but that's something that she gonna have to live with, like I said. So, but anyways,
Wolf ever got herself into for quite a while, until of course Jax Films came along. For as much credit as I give to people like I Hate Everything and Grade A Under A for fighting against reaction channels, if there's anyone who's the MVP for fighting against reaction channels, it's definitely Jax Films. This guy is like the
yeah, that's for those wondering. I'm like, yeah, and that's how the drama between me and Just a Robot started. I did a video where because Jax Films, so he did a video mocking Jinx, this YouTuber right here. And so I did a video where I was all like, hey, you know, it's like pretty much it's kind of like what Just a Robot did with Cinebear. I'm like, hey, reaction videos aren't all that bad. Like, it's, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't see why you guys hate them so much. And then, yeah, Just a Robot, he seen that video. That's when he did his first video on me. He had his fans spam my comments, talking about, oh, Just a Robot upload a video on you, thinking that I was going to react to it. I'm like, I'm not going to react to that. I remember at the time when he uploaded that first video on me, I think I maybe watched like the minute of it. And this was like outside of doing reaction videos. Like, I was just going to sit down and just watch the video. But I was like, nah, I can't. I don't. This video is not, it's not good. I'm not gonna sit here and watch this. But anyways, yeah. But that's that was the origins to our drama. But anyways,
for reaction channels, if you make lazy reaction content, he will find you. He will come for you, and he will make a video making fun of you. On the 26th of October, 2022, Jax Films uploaded a video about his plan to make a parody account of SS Sniper Wolf. The account was named JJ Jax Films. Oh, I'm sorry, Jax Films. Basically, on this channel, he would react to Sniper Wolf's reactions. And believe it or not, this channel reached over 100,000 subscribers, and he got his silver play button for it. Needless to say, Sniper Wolf was not too happy with Jax Films' parody account of her. So did she stop reacting to YouTube videos and TikToks? Of course not! She was getting roughly 1 million views per video. And the commentary that she would add to these videos was so, well, baseline that people would straight up make bingo cards to predict what she would say in them. She was making a lot of money by, well, essentially doing nothing.
My thing is this, though. Because people, they say that about me, that I say the same thing in my reaction videos, but I'm like, I don't know, I feel like in this case and situation, I'm like, does it sound like I'm saying the same thing? But I guess like in some situations where it's like, if I'm reacting to a video where I'm going to be giving out more of a reaction than commentary, then yeah, it's like, I guess like, what do you want me to, like, oh, let me look up a dictionary. I'm like, oh, I am flabbergasted. It's like, bro, come on. It's like, my thing is this, I would rather come off as like, well, I'm repeating myself, then to be fake, and then it's like I'm forcing myself to be different and stuff. And it's like, nah, bro, whatever you guys see, that is what you're going to get. And I'm like, and if you support it, cool, welcome to the channel. But if not, hey, there's all these other different YouTubers that you can watch where they do say things differently. That's why like YouTube, it's a platform where you can subscribe and watch multiple channels, not just one channel and then you're expecting something. That's like watching MTV and you're like, I want to see Lifetime movies, I want to see sci-fi movies, I want to see HBO movies and TV shows and stuff. If you want to see that, go to those channels for that. It trips me out how like people, they'll go to your channel and they think they have like a say so in what you say and do on that channel, and it's like, fam, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Been saying that for years. Guess I gotta say it again, but anyways.
She was on easy mode, so of course she wasn't going to take the criticism. So what did Jax Films do on his Jax Films channel? Well, he would of course poke fun at her content and use the bingo card. He did this because he wanted to prove the point that her content was, well, repetitive and lazy and terrible. He wanted to show YouTube that supporting lazy content like this would encourage even more people to also make lazy content like this. After all, why work hard to create original content when you can just, well, steal it? But Jax did more than just make YouTube videos. On the 29th of June, 2023, he tweeted out—
So I guess my question to people would be, if I hadn't have done this reaction video, do you think you would be watching this video? So I'm like, because there are people where I'm like, I find it hard to believe they are watching your reaction for you, not the video that you're reacting to. Yeah, there might be some people that it's like they watch the video that you're reacting to, and then they're curious to see what you have to say about it and things. But then there's days where it's like people are watching the reaction just because they're all like, hey, I'm a fan of this channel. What's wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with having fans? I'm like, it's just crazy to me where it's like, I'm not saying that the fans are to blame, but at the same time, I'm like, they like the content. So why would why would I stop listening to the 20 million people? Like, if I'm SS Sniper Wolf, why would I stop listening to the 20 million people and then just start listening to the one person that don't like my content, or the one of many? But it's like, when you're comparing that many to 20 something million people, I'm like, my thing is this: I get 20 something million subscribers from doing even when I had like 4,000 subscribers off of doing reaction videos, I'm gonna listen to them versus the one or two people that come to my comments talking about, hey, I don't like your reaction videos. Okay, what do you want me to do with that information? That's what I would like to know. So yeah, it's one of those things, man, where I'm like, people, they allow themselves to get, I guess, too overly offended about reaction videos. And I'm like, if it really bothers you that much, why are you watching it?
At YouTube and VidCon, I invented reacting to other people's TikToks. Anyone else is copying me. Incredible mental gymnastics. Hey, at YouTube, at VidCon, you sure you're okay with boosting her? Are you absolutely sure? The same day, Sniper Wolf would quote tweet him saying, "Wah, I can't stand that a female YouTuber is getting even more views than me, even though I make the same content. Grr, life is hard." For context, Jax Films made another channel where he copied my content for a few months, thinking it would blow up and get millions of views. It didn't, and now he's mad. Also, I hate bringing gender into this, but no one ever attacks the male react channels. Okay, so
I'm like, SS Sniper Wolf, I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things. I'm like, you cool and all, but you wrong on that. Like, I have to say, male creators, male reaction like creators and stuff, they I had to say, we were probably some of the first few people that get attacked over doing reaction videos. So but yeah, I just think there's already a narrative though with female content creators. I mean, it's like, you even look at the gaming side of female content creators, where it's like, oh, you guys, you're not good at the game and all this other stuff. And I'm thinking about, even when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, fam, it trips me out, because I'm like, bro, my own mom got me into gaming videos, or not videos, but gaming and stuff. So yeah, I was like, fam, playing on the Nintendo 64, like, it to me, it tripped me out, like, hearing my mom talking about how she was good at Mortal Kombat. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, let me rewind on this. Like, flag on the play, 10-yard penalty. Like, what you mean you was good at Mortal? But like, there are issues that people, they do, just a robot, for an example. They get on the internet, they have this narrative, they stand so strongly behind this narrative that they'll put it over any other argument that's like going against their narrative. And it's, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, I just ain't got time to be dealing with people like that. Like I said, if you don't like my content, fam, that's on you. They ain't got nothing to do with me. So yeah, I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I can pretty much, I could care less about the argument. But no, but it's like, yeah, male creators that do reaction videos, yeah, we've been getting hate a lot longer than the female creators and stuff. But anyways, they do reaction videos. But.
First of all, Jack didn't make the channel to blow up on YouTube. He did it to mock Sniper Wolf's low effort content. Second, and much more important, has she not been on YouTube for the last decade? Male reaction channels were being torn apart left and right. Jinx, Tyrone Magnus, Rashad the Reactor, the Fine Bros especially, and even more. If anything, male reaction channels were getting a lot more hate than female reaction channels for the longest time. Yeah, this is such a world ends, women most affected moment.
It's like, wow, I'm like, me and Just a Robot, we agreed on something. Maybe we should do videos with each other and go after our oppositions and stuff, because yeah, we have so much in common. But if you know, you know. But anyways,
Jax Films was definitely the guy who started the bandwagon against Jinx, so I don't know what she's talking about. Also, Jax Films has gone after multiple other male reaction channels. Sometimes people use the gender or the minority card to get out of something, but sometimes when they use it, it completely blows up in their face. Later on, Sniper Wolf mocked Jax Films for his hairline, which of course debunked none of his arguments and just made people hate her even more. Jax Films continued to point out that Sniper Wolf's content was lazy, repetitive, and stolen. He showed how she didn't credit people properly, and he reached out to multiple creators to see if they gave Sniper Wolf permission to use their content. Unsurprisingly, all of them said no. Now, the videos Jack made on Sniper Wolf were blowing.
Yeah, but it's like, my thing is this. So like, if like, let's just say if she reacted to one of my videos, that's the thing. I'm like, you gotta ask those creators too. But did her reacting to your channel benefit your channel and stuff? Yeah, she's reacting to your videos and spreading hate, and then there's a bunch of people hating on your channel. Then it's like, okay, that's one thing. But let's just say I upload a gaming video, she reacts to it, my channel gets to like 1 million, because yeah, people are gonna see that. Then it's like, because it's kind of like you are laying down a foundation for a house or something. Like, yeah, she's gonna put down that first block, but you're gonna have people on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, where they're going to be building this foundation for a platform that I'm trying to have. So if SS Sniper Wolf, if she were to react to a gaming video, music, comedy skit, whatever the case may be, she reacts to that video, and then my channel skyrockets, or my social media accounts, all of it, all skyrockets. I'm not gonna be, yeah, if somebody asks, oh, did you give her permission to react to it? I'm like, no, I didn't, but I'm cool with her reacting to my content because it benefited my channel and stuff. So yeah, that's one thing about it. They never talk on that. They always talk on, oh, she illegally reacted to this channel or this video and stuff, but they never talk on how they benefited the channel. And if they didn't benefit the channel, then hey, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, like, I guess like the person's just gonna have to cut the loss on that. But if it benefit the channel, I would imagine, because I know there's been times where people have reacted to videos like, no, it was the one guy. I always still credit him, to where it's like, when he shouted me out, I was like, I don't get comments of it to this day. Probably people ain't even watching that video, but there's this YouTuber, I remember he did reaction videos, and he shouted me out in the beginning of his video. And yeah, and it's like, in a way, it did kind of I remember I was losing subscribers, but once he shouted me out, skyrocketed my channel. And then there's even been times where people have said like, oh yeah, I subscribed to that person because, so yeah, it might not be a big significant number, but I'm pretty sure every time when somebody does a reaction video, like PewDiePie, if he were to react to somebody, or Mr. Beast were to react to somebody, it's going to do wonders for that person's channel. So I'm like, talk on that. Y'all just only be wanting to talk on the negatives because, like I said, it benefits your guys' argument, but talk on the positives too.
They were getting millions upon millions of views. It seemed like the backlash against Sniper Wolf was growing more and more. However, on the 14th of September 2023, a YouTuber by the name of Mad Cat Star managed to discover a lawsuit about Sniper Wolf. The lawsuit involves Sniper Wolf's partner, Evan Young, aka Sausage. So remember how I said Sniper Wolf accused Girl Gone Gamer of faking gameplay? Yeah, according to this lawsuit, Evan Young was the one who was actually playing the game, and Sniper Wolf was just pretending to play it. According to this lawsuit, Sniper Wolf and her boyfriend agreed to split the channel revenue 50-50. Of course, when she discovered she can just make reaction content, she didn't need her boyfriend anymore to fake her gameplay. This revealed to everyone that Sniper Wolf's success was built on a pile of lies. But even more importantly, this revealed to the public her old channel, Sexy Sniper Wolf. On her Sexy Sniper Wolf channel, she made, let's just say, very provocative content. It was a different time on YouTube before that stuff was getting censored left and right. People dug up Sniper Wolf saying racist things, sexist things, transphobic things, ableist things, and just a whole bunch of other horrible stuff. 10 years ago, back when she went by Sexy Sniper Wolf, a YouTuber by the name of Migna Hood criticized her. In response, Sniper Wolf of course filed a DMCA takedown of his video. She got his docs information and then claimed that he was a child version of Predator from Alien vs. Predator. Oh yeah, and she would also of course body shame him and be racist towards him. And the cherry on top of all of this is that Sniper Wolf was also very things that make God sad. Inappropriate with minors. Very, very young minors. Now I could go on and on about all the other terrible stuff Sniper Wolf.
And it's funny because it's like Cinebear, she was doing some inappropriate things with minors. I'm like, hey, how did that video go when you uploaded that? So yeah, it's funny how like with just a robot, when there's somebody that he doesn't like, he'll make videos like this. But when there's people that he likes, he's like, well, they didn't do anything. I guarantee and I promise you, if I had none or any of the videos that I had, I should have played my cards right and did that and just kind of just, you know, played like one big giant prank on him and stuff. You know, when all that Cinebear crap was happening, reach out to him and stuff and be like, oh yeah, man, I feel so sorry and all this other stuff. Like, you know, like, hey, let's try to work to get your channel back up. I guarantee and I promise you he would have did a video saying, hey, you guys, you know what? TMossBoss wasn't a bad guy after all. He's actually a pretty good content creator. And it's like, bro, it's weird how like he kind of has like a dog mentality where it's like give a dog a bone and then they get the wagging they tail and all this other stuff. But yeah, it's weird how he goes about things. It's like, but it's like, I guess if you don't do nothing for him, he's just gonna be sitting there growling at you and stuff. But anyway, it's just that weird dog mentality. But
has done. But this video is already long enough, so let's move on to when she doxed Jack's films. She posted on Instagram, should I go visit Jack's films? He lives 5 minutes from my shoot. She didn't wait for a response and went straight to Jack's house. Only a few hours after she made this post, she deleted it. But the damage was already done. You may have heard of the term sarcastic terrorism, and posting someone's location to your 5.5 million followers definitely falls under sarcastic terrorism. This put Jack and his entire family in danger. Not to mention, it's a huge invasion of privacy. She likely did this because she thought if it wasn't for him, people wouldn't have dug up all this dirt on her. Sniper Wolf herself has said that she doesn't like her fans showing up to her own home, so she knows that this is a bad thing to do. Now, the backlash against Sniper Wolf was already bad, but thanks to this incident, it got so much worse. YouTubers left and right were calling her out for this. She lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but because of her channel growth, it really didn't do any damage to her. So did YouTube delete her channel for this? Of course they didn't, because YouTube loves protecting reaction channels. If you're one of the top 1,000,
has nothing to do with reaction channels. I think they seen that both parties was in the, because so like, okay, so let's just say, you know, a crime goes down. Let's say somebody hits your car, right? They hit your car and they drive off. So it's like, okay, hit and run. You track this person down and you take a baseball bat and hit them in their ribs. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's either they're gonna write it off as like, if like the police shows up, they're gonna write it off as a mutual thing. There's like, hey, both of you guys, it's kind of like, you know, and I'm gonna use another example too, but police, they're either going to write it off and they're gonna be like, okay, both of you guys are getting arrested, hit and run, assault with a weapon, or it's gonna be like, hey, it's a mutual thing. I guess like, because I just say that because there's people that I know that they've gotten into fights with others and stuff, and so I guess like if both parties are like, oh, they started, then the cops would be like, hey, we're gonna write it off as a mutual thing, you guys just got to get out of here and go home, but if anything else happens, then yeah, then both of you guys gonna go to jail and stuff. So it's kind of like a warning. But in the good old sport of football, so yeah, let's say a football player, he runs, tackles another player too aggressively, and then the refs, they throw a flag for that football player. Other football player that got pushed down, he gets up, gives this guy some like Mortal Kombat uppercut and things. Guy goes flying off in the air. Refs, they gonna throw their flag. So so both players, they will get a flag. They most likely get tossed out of the game if they detect any aggression and any of that stuff. But they do say they offsets, and then so yeah, there's nobody gaining or losing anything. It's pretty much like where the football is like laid out, that's where it's gonna be. So they ain't got nothing to do with like, oh well, it's because she's a reaction channel and she's a girl and she's this and she's that. No, it's like Jack's film, he played his part in that that drama too. It was like, oh, he didn't do anything. He was just, and that's the one thing with people like Just a Robot is that they're gonna be like, oh, he was just doing was passing along criticism. He didn't do nothing wrong. Yeah, when you're pretty much, you might not come out and say, oh, boo this person is bad, they're this, they're that, go over to their channel and spread hate. But when you're doing negative videos on that person's channel, how do you think the outcome of that's going to be? You think people are going to be subscribing to her, rolling out the red carpet, talking about how much they love SS Sniper Wolf? No, there are going to be people spreading hate to this girl's channel. Why is that so hard? And I guess, like, yeah, for people like Just a Robot, that's not going to validate his argument. That's not going to benefit him in an arguing or in a debate and things. So that's why it's like he'll say things like that. But it's like, yeah, it's YouTube looked at it and it was like, okay, well, he's spreading hate to this girl's channel. And then it's like, yeah, and then she did take things a little bit too far. But at the same time, it's like, bruh, it's like if you do, my thing is this, let's say he had never had made videos on her, do you think that she would have did what she did? No, because it's like she doesn't know the guy. He ain't doing anything to her. So, but yeah, it's like if she just goes out her way where it's like, I guess like if it's on some stuff where, I don't know, like if somebody asked him like, oh, how do you feel about SS Sniper Wolf? And he's like, oh, I don't watch her videos. He's keeping it neutral. He ain't saying anything bad. He ain't doing anything bad. He's like, I don't watch her videos. And then she just shows up to his house and starts acting. Then it's one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, then it's like, we got to take her channel down. We got to do something about it. But like, if he's going and he's like mocking her, making fun of her, spreading hate to her channel and all that stuff, yeah, no, there's evidence is going to be against him too. It ain't going to just be in I guess like in a courtroom where he can have all the evidence against her, but she can't have no evidence against him. It's like, man, people, come on now. But anyways.
1,000 biggest creators doing something that would have gotten any other YouTuber banned will result in just a slap on the wrist for you. All YouTube did was temporarily demonetize some of her newest videos, and that's it. Sniper Wolf gave her first ever public apology, and yeah, it seems like it was generated by AI. If you want to know more information about Sniper Wolf, I would highly recommend
I don't even know if like AI was a thing back in 2022 or 2023, whenever that situation happened. It might have been, but I don't think people were using it like how they are now. But anyway.
Video by Cruel World Happy Mind. But that's all I have to say about Sniper Wolf. I'm now going to go over one more reactor. Hello everyone, Editing Jar here. Apparently, as I was working on this video, I recently learned that back in 2018, Sniper Wolf allegedly assaulted another YouTuber by the name of Azzyland. Nerd City has released an hour-long video all about this if you want to learn more. Basically, Azzy was the new upcoming Sniper Wolf, and Sniper Wolf was of course copying her because, you know, that's all she ever does. There's not a single original thought in this woman's head, I swear. And finally, we have the last reactor that I'm going to go over for this video, XQC. And I'm going to be honest here, in comparison to Hassan Piker and Sniper Wolf, he's the least bad. Yeah, this is the moment in the video where I'm going to get a lot of comments along the lines of, I agreed with this video up until this point, dislike and unsubscribe. First of all, it's really hard for
Like, no, we were doing that anyways, even without this. The funny thing is that people were already kind of unsubscribing from Just a Robot. Like, his channel had reached its peak. Like, I remember because I had, it was right before the Cinnabear crap had went down. There was the video he uploaded where he explained how to get away with being a pedophile. Pretty crazy video, right? But his channel was like, it wasn't growing or anything. Like, it wasn't not like how it was back some years ago. No, yeah, his channel was it was falling off. And then yeah, then when he did that Cinnabear video, it was like, dang, bro. I'm like, I ain't never seen the channel fall so fast. But anyways, but nah, man, it's like, it's just crazy to even think about that and stuff. But I was getting ready to make a point, and I was like, I completely had lost track of what I was going to say. Hold on for a second. Let me like, because I'm like, I'll do that from time to time. I'll like, mess around and lose my train of thought because I get to thinking about something else. I'm like, that's more crazy than whatever I was talking about. But anyways.
The least bad. Yeah, this is the moment in the video where I'm going to get a lot of comments along the line.
Oh yeah, it was like talking on like him losing. I'm like, yeah, no, people were already doing that probably beforehand. Anyways, back to the video.
I agreed with this video up until this point. Dislike and unsubscribe. First of all, it's really hard for me to debunk any arguments that this guy makes. Not because they're really smart and well thought out, but because, well, I can't understand a word this guy is saying. XQC used to be a pro Overwatch player, but then he discovered a much faster way to get rich, and that was stealing other people's content. Now, XQC has been in drama before, but the hatred around him seemed to really start popping off when a channel named, Lem-I-No? Is it pronounced Lemino? I don't know. Anyways, they put out this very long and very highly detailed video all about the Kennedy assassination, and XQC just reacted to the entire thing. A Twitter user by the name of BubFilms called out XQC for this, and Mudahart greatly boosted posted it. SQC did the absolute worst thing he could do by responding to this, and he said, okay, let me see if I can do his voice. Wow, chat, I wonder what triggered people like you so much. Revenue share, audience split, algorithm. I've heard this complaint a million times at most. Quote-unquote public figures try to attack this from multiple angles, just to go flat on their face. I'm watching a vid I like to my people. That's it. This, of course, caused Mudahar, along with a whole bunch of other commentators, to all jump on XQC. Eventually, this drama made...
Notice commentators, not like the gaming community, or the just chatting community, or the hot tub community. Only commentators. The commentating community, they're the only ones that'll have like an issue with whatever it is that they're that they want to talk on and stuff. And it's like, fam, do you guys not have anything better else to do? Like, hey, you know what? Nah, let me stop, because I might mess around and get into it with the commentary community. I ain't gonna say nothing else, but it's one of those things. I'm like, you guys gotta go find a hobby. You gotta go find something that's gonna benefit you, but in a more positive way. But sitting around talking on like, oh, I want to talk on this guy doing a reaction video. Don't have to watch the video. It is your choice on whether or not you're gonna sit down and watch that video. But if you sit down and watch that video and you already have like a hatred built up in your head towards XQC, why do you think that by watching that video, you already know? It's kind of like watching a based on a true story movie and you already know what the story is about, but you're expecting something to be different. Like, you go and watch the Tupac movie and it's like, oh, I know that movie better not end with him getting killed. It's a biopic movie. What like, oh, he's like, no, it's like he gets hit with a blue shell from Mario Kart, and that's how the movie ends and things. I think that would be more upsetting than them not sticking to the script. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you already know what to expect when you're gonna go watch this video. Why did you expect anything different? I just, man, the funny thing is, they'll try to defend their actions. They were all like, oh, well, I'm just a what? No, you're a hater. It's like, there ain't no, they're like, oh, I'm just watching. Oh, I was expecting something different. Like, it's like, they like to play this oblivious game, but it's like, fam, come on now. It'd be people the same age as me, or if not older, maybe slightly younger, but it's like, fam, come on now. It's like, you ain't gonna be that brain dead when getting onto the internet. You already know what to expect. If you go to any person's channel, social media account, if you see a clear pattern with their videos, you've seen their videos before, it's like, yeah, I guess maybe you might be watching their videos to see their take on it, but if not that, then it's like, what reasons would you have to go to that person's channel? Like, come on now.
It's way all the way up to Ethan Klein. And XQC, along with H3H3, had a debate. So how did the debate go? Well, I'm gonna be honest here, XQC was just trolling the whole time. After the debate, he sent Ethan a picture of his expensive watch. Like, I think it's clear to everyone that this dude is trolling. And don't forget, chat, I have your whole house on my wrist. A little later on, XQC got into some hot water again when he talked about the war in Gaza. Just look at that thumbnail. He replied to this controversy with a picture of himself holding a bunch of money, and the caption, huh? It was at this point doing my research into this guy that I realized something. He's just doing the same strategy as Logan Paul and Andrew Tate. He's pissing people off on purpose. Like, sure, I don't think he's as bad as Sniper Wolf or Hassan Piker, but he's way better at pushing people's buttons because, well, he's intentionally trying to piss people off. It's not smart to hate on people like XQC, Logan Paul, or Andrew Tate, because it's what they want you to do. You know the saying, all publicity is good publicity? Well, these guys live by that saying. On the one hand, I kind of admire these people for being open scumbags. They're not trying to pretend to be moral when they really
kind of live by that too. I'm like, I think, because yeah, after his cancellation, he tried to like come back with the drama stuff, and I think he is gonna try to just be a part of that whole cancel culture thing, but he's still gonna just be doing, because he knows at the end of the day, yeah, it's like, I've reached my peak when it comes to content creating, so it's like, might as well just be a part of the cancel culture altogether. And he's probably just, waiting for his application to come back saying approved and things. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be, I feel like we're gonna see an era of Just a Robot where it's gonna be worse than any other era of Just a Robot. He's gonna be saying things that's gonna get himself, well, no, he's already being canceled and he's a part of cancel culture and stuff, but I feel like he's gonna say things that's like worse than the Cinnabar stuff and anything else. Like, he is just gonna openly come out and say, oh, being a pedophile ain't all that bad. It's like, I feel like he's gonna say things, he's all like, oh yeah, and you're comparing it to like murder and all these other different crimes out there. It's not really that bad of a crime, and he's gonna live by that. He's gonna say things like that. Why? Because he has said things like that before, and then maybe not that exact thing, but it's like, yeah, when you just hear how he talks, you know that ain't too, from what I just said, they ain't too far off from Just a Robot.
Aren't they just loudly announce, hey, I'm a terrible person, give me money. The best way to deal with people like this is to, well, ignore them. I'm just bringing XQC up in this video because if I didn't, well, people would complain in the comments. Bro straight up admitted that he steals content for a living. He said that because he feeds off the hate, and I'm not going to give him any more. But I am perplexed as to why people watch this guy. I mean, people say my voice is grating, but I can't even understand a word this guy is saying. Alright, now it's time for my ending thoughts. Roughly a decade ago, reaction channels were a plague on this website. Not just because they steal content, but because they're absolutely horrible people. They were like that back then, they're like that now, and they're going to be like that in the future, because YouTube just keeps protecting them. They're
I'm just trying to figure out. Maybe there might have been some people that did reaction videos that you know, they defended pedophiles, but I'm like, for the ones, at least the ones that I watched, like CJ So Cool, Tyrone Magnus, Jinx, I'm Dante, Blasphemous HD, even people now where it's like you'll see somebody on Twitch or Kick or even YouTube or TikTok. I ain't never seen no person doing a reaction video and they defended a pedophile, you know? So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I ain't seen nobody do no Cinnabare reaction video and be all like, oh, well, she didn't do anything wrong, guys. Like, you're with me, right? Like, and they put their hand out for him. Like, better put your hand down. Anybody gonna high five you on that? But I ain't never seen that, you know? It's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, bro, if it comes down between, you know, I guess people, I have heard where people in the commentary community and that have been canceled from yeah, Just a Robot himself. I think Leafy is here. I think he was a part of the commentary community. He got canceled for some stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll see where it'll be a lot more people in the commentary community where they got canceled for some stuff versus the reaction community. I could be wrong, but I'm just all I'm gonna say is I think, I don't know for sure, I ain't gonna say it's an actual factual, but I think there's gonna probably be a little bit more in the commentary community, more drama there than there is in the reaction community. But anyway,
plenty of more things I could say about SQC, Hassan Piker, and SS Sniper Wolf, but plenty of other YouTubers have already made multi-hour long videos diving deep into their terrible actions. The purpose of my video is just to highlight that reaction channels just keep doing terrible things. Several people will continue to get hurt, and millions of more people will have their content stolen. But hey, at least a few big companies will get some free advertising. Now, before we get to the credits, I have something very unfortunate to tell all of you. Whoa. Okay, that was the original ending to this video, but it got pushed back and I uploaded my video about why so many black superheroes have electric powers first. If you've seen the ending of that video, then you probably know what happened to me. Yep, YouTube took about 90% of my earnings for about 2 weeks.
But he's not
thanks to you
racist.
guys coming together and helping me out on Patreon, I have made, wow, a decent amount of money through that website. Now, things are still not back to normal. I have a lot of debt I need to pay off.
Subscribing to his page, I think that's the end of the video. I haven't seen what I need to see. So anybody subscribe to his Patreon, I'm like, yeah, that's somebody that just got money to blow or something. But anyways, yeah, that was pretty much what I expected from that video. No points was being proven. It's like he's just speaking from his own opinion and crap. So, but anyways, yeah, I guess that was his take on reaction channels have gotten even worse without really explaining anything. He's just like, oh, here's some YouTubers I don't like. They therefore speak for all reaction channels and stuff. It's weird, but anyways, yeah, if you guys want to subscribe to Just a Robot, but I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.